That's an hour of time we don't have, Farah. I say we listen to what Kenyanjui has to say, right?
How about we focus on the task at hand?
Will you come off my back, Katito? I am a woman, I can multitask.
Now that you guys have all of a sudden decided to be Mother Teresas, let me take my leave.
What kind of nonsense is this? Why can't you just speak normally?
Farah, shut up. You're not the director.
Atito. Will you pay attention? You are just about to arrest him.
I shall do no such a thing.
Goodbye.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Where am I? I don't even know where I am.
I don't want to hear a peep until morning. In fact, why don't you all sleep?
What?
So what happened?
Or she found a richer, better looking option.
She's not my wife.
You don't want it? Or would you prefer some of that bad chicken?
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima tutazingatia ufugaji wa kuku wa kienyeji improved.
Kuku it's effortless.
Kisha tufuge ng'ombe wa maziwa mjini.
Huku ni Nairobi, yes, na hakuna shamba. That is the biggest challenge we have. So the only thing we do, na utilize ile space kidogo iko because the government is unapata inatu encourage.
Basi usikose kujiunga nasi Jumapili saa 9:30 kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo hapa KBC Channel 1.
Wewe kama mtoto wangu Abdalla, nalikuwa nakusofiania kabisa. Lakini madamu unajua makosa yako, mimi wala sina tatizo na yeye.
Yule bwana ashapelekwa kule EACC. Sasa siliobaki sasa sinkusherekea tu.
Sasa nini unajua kilitokea? Mitihani sasa. Tuambiwa nini?
Yaani wewe unaniambia una pesa wewe, lipstick mpaka kwenye mkopo huko, una pesa wewe. Wewe usinitania mimi.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hii ya kibeti, bonyeza *811*962#.
Haki umefanya vizuri sana kunifikia hii simu sasa. Nimekuwa na stress kutoka asubuhi kabisa. Na ni huyu mtu ambaye alikuwa anapatiana majina ya vitu. Kwani hakutufikiria sisi watu wa Eastern Ukambani? Ni nani alisema ati wife kwa Kiswahili ni mke? Na akasema ati handbaka. Hii inabebwa na mwanamke handbaka. Ati kwa Kiswahili ni kibeti. Huko kwetu mke ndiye kibeti.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hiyo ya kibeti, bonyeza *811*962#. *811*962#.
Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. This is Lunchtime News. My name is Jacky, Wambiru, and our sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. Well, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up for you this afternoon, and to kick us off, Preparations for this year's Mashujaa Day celebrations are in top gear, with construction works of the ultra-modern Wambiru Stadium said to be at 80%. The 10,000 capacity stadium in Moya will be the venue of this year's celebrations. According to the National Celebrations Committee Chairman Karanja Kibisho, only 3,000 people will be allowed into the venue in keeping with the COVID-19 protocols. The 2021 celebrations will be restricted to Kirinyaga County.
Less than 3 weeks to the Mashujaa Day celebrations. Preparations are almost complete in Kirinyaga County, the host of this year's feat. Speaking after overseeing the ongoing preparations, Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibisho said construction works of an ultra-modern Wambiru Stadium is at 80%.
We are at various stages of completion. If you ask me how far we are in the field, it's 100%. The grass is here, all of it. If you ask me about the railing around, 99% you can see it. If you ask me about the building, it will be probably at about 70%, you can see it. Generally, we are at around 80% overall. And what is left as more works, paving, putting cable works, and that by faith, when we come here, we'll actually find a totally different place.
Kibisho says only 3,000 people will be allowed into the venue.
Remember, this is a national day, and therefore the bulk of the budget comes from national government. Once you find Kura here, you find Kera here, find Kenya here, you find Kenya Power, you find all those, because most of the functions.
Kibisho urged locals not to crowd within and around the stadium due to security and COVID restrictions requirements. Rehearsals for feat will start on October 5th and continue up to the last few days. Timothy Kipnosu for Lunchtime.
And now in the political arena, Orange Democratic Movement Party Chair John Mbadi has hinted at the possibility of the party forming a coalition ahead of the 2022 general elections. Speaking over the weekend at Agenga in Nyatika, Migori County, Mbadi said the party is in the final stages of forming a formidable coalition.
The Orange Democratic Party now says forming formidable coalitions with the ruling party and other like-minded party is part of its game plan to win the 2022 elections.
And this election of 2022, it is going to be won through coalitions, alliances, and the possible president, the possible fifth president of this country is Raila Amolo Odinga.
Party Chairman John Mbadi says ODM is leaving nothing to chance as it seeks to mount a challenge for the presidency.
That is why we are working with the Jubilee led by one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And we are also going to work very closely with KANU led by Gideon Moi. And that is why I came here to represent my party leader, so that we can demonstrate that as Kenyans we are working together towards uniting this country. I want to tell those who are cheating themselves that there is a group of Kenyans called hustlers and others called dynasties or called wealthy people, that Kenyans have common challenges, Kenyans have problems. The same way a rich person has a problem is the same way a common man or a poor person has problems.
Meanwhile, a section of leaders from the Mount Kenya region have ruled out folding their political parties in favor of other outfits. The leaders have dismissed the narrative that 2022 presidential elections is going to be a two-horse race.
Siwezi sema farasi ni wawili au farasi ni mmoja. It is too early. Hata mwaka Kibaki alishinda 202 wakati KANU ilikuwa imelemea kwa kiti Oktoba. Uchaguzi ukiwa December, ndio ilikuwa obvious. Sasa tuko na one candidate who is ahead. It is too early for anybody to think they are the only one.
The Constitution protects our parties. It doesn't matter whether it's large or it's from a certain community. Everybody is entitled, if they have the capacity, to register a party na watembee Kenya wauze sera zao.
Meanwhile, Mavoko, Member of Parliament Patrick Makau, has urged Parliament to repeal the Tax Act to reduce the cost of fuel.
Tuangalie kama wajumbe, badala tushinde tunapiga kelele ama tunasema nini, tuko na uwezo. Turudi pale mbunge, tuangalie maneno hiyo taxation bill, alafu tuteremshe chini, tuone kama Wakenya wanaweza faidika ama bei ya petroli inaweza shuka.
Still in the political arena, Narok woman Member of Parliament Soipan Tuya has dismissed claims that there exists a deep state capable of interfering with elections. Tuya, who was launching her Narok gubernatorial bid, says only the electorate will determine the next crop of leaders. She called on Narok residents to support Deputy President William Ruto's bid. This even as calls for Luhya unity continued, with Musalia Mudavadi's ANC seeking to woo Western Kenya Member of Parliament who are members of other parties.
That there exists a deep state capable of manipulating an election are now gaining momentum. However, Narok woman MP has termed the assertions as outrageous, claiming that Kenya's democracy is firmly in the hands of a voter.
Deep state or no deep state? System or no system? 2022 ikifika, wananchi wa Narok watajiamulia kiongozi.
Tuya, who was launching her gubernatorial bid in Narok on a UDA ticket, also sought to assure those seeking the party's ticket for various positions of free and fair nominations.
Kuna watu wanafikiria kwamba wanaweza tumia njia ya mkato kupata tikiti ya UDA. I can assure you, mimi nimekuwa kikao ya kuunda UDA. Na UDA ni chama ya uwazi. UDA ni chama ya kumpatia kila mtu nafasi.
And to balance the political arithmetic in Narok, Tuya plans to pick her deputy from the populous Transmara.
Kama nimeweza kufikia kila kona na kubadilisha maisha ya mtu mmoja ama wawili, na je nikipata ile billions ambaye inakuja kwa county kupitia ofisi ya governor, na nikajiambia ya kwamba sitakalia opportunity, I will go for it, na nimeweka imani na ninashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu watu wa Narok, nimeweka masikio yangu nje na nimesikia mko tayari kunifanya tena firstborn ya governor mama katika Narok County.
This, even as calls for the Luhya community to rally behind ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi, continue to grow. ANC Deputy Party Leader Ayub Savula sought to woo National Assembly Majority Whip Emmanuel Wangwe, who was elected on a Jubilee Party ticket, calling on him to join ANC and support Mudavadi in next year's polls.
Mimi niko hapa kuwabombeleza wenzangu, Mheshimiwa Wangwe, Mheshimiwa Shinali, muhula huu kisha kwa Jubilee, mkuje tu nyumbani pole pole, na sisi tutawakaribisha kwa chama cha ANC.
Afungue mlango, asemezane na ndugu yake ile walianzia hapo. Kama ni Raila, wakae chini na yeye wasemezane. Mwanaume anaonana na mwingine mundu ho mundu.
Serikali ile itakuja. Kama itaundwa na Musalia, mimi nitakuwa hapo. Kama inaundwa na mtu mwingine, I must be in government.
John Jacob Kuria, Lunchtime News.
In other news, a women rights group in Embu County has called on the government to effectively implement policies and laws relating to sexual and gender-based violence, including female genital mutilation. The lobbyists say despite efforts made by the government to address sexual and gender-based violence cases, there still exist gaps in policy and law implementation, now calling for a holistic approach from state and non-state actors. Young Women Christians Association of Kenya Chair Beth Kawira says it is impossible to achieve the sustainable development goals in an environment where women's rights are being violated.
To ensure that there is implementation of laws and policies that are already in place. We know that there are laws and policies that already exist, but are they punitive enough? Are they being implemented? This not be just a talk. Let it also be in action. Let it also be implemented so that we achieve the sustainable development goals.
Meanwhile, residents living near the Malindi airport have been warned against dumping waste in the area. Kenya Airports Authority says the waste products attract birds, which may end up causing aviation accidents. Speaking during a cleanup exercise spearheaded by the Progress Welfare Association of Malindi, Kenya Airports Authority Safety Officer Gladys Soers said most residents living near the airport dump a lot of waste materials along the fence. She said that such cleanup exercises are important for safety of aircraft and passengers.
So it is important to ensure our airport is safe. Our passengers are safe and our work environment is safe. So that is the importance of ensuring our environment is clean.
Garbage around the airport attracts birds.
Garbage around the fence has impact because it attracts birds. The birds can cause a bird strike to the aircraft, leading to accident of the aircraft.
KAA has launched a sensitization campaign so as to bring an end to the menace. Progress Welfare Association of Malindi chairperson Kate McCarley said the cleanup and expansion plan of the airport is a journey towards an eco-certified destination with international flights landing in Malindi, adding that the airport expansion will benefit not only tourists but even locals as they will have an opportunity to export products.
For the expansion of the airport, we are happy. We noted that it had been budgeted. It was in the budget, and with the airport opening, obviously will create more experiences for the tourists, and not forgetting that this cleanup also will help reduce the crow infestation that we have in Malindi, and which is also a danger to the aircraft. So this is a journey to eco-certified destination with international flights landing here.
Cotton farmers in semi-arid areas of Yatta constituency are celebrating a bumper harvest of the BT cotton variety that is doing well with little rain. The farmers who in the past have been relying on food donations during such times of drought are now making a killing from the sale of cotton that is selling at 52 shillings per kilo.
Cotton farmers in Yatta sub-county of Machakos County are a happy lot following a bumper harvest of the BT cotton variety that was recently introduced in the semi-arid region. According to the farmers, the yields from this variety are triple what they used to harvest from the old variety, despite the failed April rains.
Sasa hii BT cotton ina usuli wake sababu ilisaa mbele ya hii ordinary na ugonjwa ulikuja nyuma.
David Kioko, a cotton farmer from Matangini area, commended the government for providing them with seeds for the new variety that has led to the revival of the cotton sector. He said he has harvested 1,200 kilograms, which sells at 52 shillings per kilo.
Hata saa hizi majani inaendelea na kukauka kukosa maji. Kwa hivyo tunaomba maji sana. Tuendelee na kilimo za kulima.
Nilikuwa na nimeanza zamani, lakini kwa vile tulikuwa tunashinda sana ya kulima. Ukilima unafuna inakaa hapa nyumbani, hakuna mtu wa kununua.
The farmers had abandoned cotton farming due to exploitation by brokers. This time round, however, the farmers are selling directly to Thika cloth mills.
There's a lot of potential, and we have promised the Thika cloth mills to support the farmers from Yatta and from this area in Machakos. Whatever they need, they now have a cooperative. They will contact us, and we are going to help them through this journey. I don't think I'll be going to Tanzania again for cotton.
Kevin Washira, Lunchtime News.
Well, that report by Kevin Oshera brings us to a fast break here on Lunchtime News. Well, we'll take that break. Don't go too far.
We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move.
One of my children has one of the most rare conditions. It's called Turner syndrome. And we have probably 1 out of 10,000 children who have Turner syndrome. So it is just good that even the National Council gets to know and experience that this condition, we have it here in Kenya.
We've come in because disability is very expensive, to caution parents and their guardians from this expenses by providing educational support.
We're incredible because we're differently abled, differently.
Where am I? I don't even know where I am.
I don't want to hear a peep until morning. In fact, why don't you all sleep?
What?
So what happened?
Or she found a richer, better looking option.
She's not my wife.
You don't want it? Or would you prefer some of that bad chicken?
When you're gone because you couldn't come. I wanna be the one who you believe in your.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at matters of education, where school-going children in Ganze, Kilifi County are calling on the Ministry of Education to come to their rescue and help construct classrooms to save them from the plight of sitting in snake-prone, gaping, mud-thatched classes. Now the children who cook in the bushes to avoid the long-distance home during the lunch hour are also urging the government to extend the school feeding program to them.
They look through the gaping holes of a structure that is almost collapsing. All this just to quench their thirst for basic education. This is Ranch Primary School in Ganze constituency, located 160 kilometers west of Kilifi town. Children as young as 6 years old wake up as early as 4 a.m. and barefooted walk to school, crossing paths with snakes and elephants.
Kwa nyumbani saa 11 nafika hapa 6:45. Mara
Singine watu tunakutana na ndovu pale njiani.
Natoka kijiji cha Madamani, natoka saa 10 kuja shuleni. Mchana natoka saa 6. Narudi saa 7 dakika 20. Kuja najafika pale barabarani nikakutana na ndovu wawili. Nilirudi nyumbani kwenda kumuita babangu. Najafika hapo wamepita wameenda hivi.
At school, they sit on traditional mats, commonly referred to as makuti.
Naomba mtulete madawati, maji, chakula. Para wengine tunawaona hapa nyoka. Wanajificha huko kwenye makuti huko.
The gaping holes on the hanging rooms are often used as escaping routes whenever snakes are spotted in classrooms.
Maeneo ambayo nyoka wanapatikana kwa wingi sana kwa sababu ni maeneo ambayo yako na joto.
They will stay in school till evening many a times on empty stomachs.
Mambo ya chakula nayo pia ni shida. Naweza mtoto naweza kula halafu asubuhi akawa hatapata chakula. Akaja hiyo shuleni wala wakati wengine naambiwa shida kwa mtoto wako analala shule sababu ya njaa.
Since the school cannot provide lunch, some cook in the bushes to avoid the treacherous journey back home.
Pick up. Wale ambao hawakuchanga. Si kama marafiki sisi tunawaita tunakuja kula pamoja. Halafu tukimaliza tunaenda darasani.
Area Member of Parliament Teddy Mwambire sheds tears as he listens to pupils narrate their plight and plead with the government and other well-wishers to come to their aid.
Shule kama hii hapa ndani ya Ganze niko na shule takriban 40 ambako siko hali hii. Na ni jambo la kusikitisha kwa sababu mimi na takriban shule za msingi 165.
Using the National Government Constituency Development Fund, they have launched the construction of 3 new permanent classrooms expected to be completed in a month's time.
Kuna muhimu Wizara ya Elimu iweze kushirikiana na serikali kupitia mwito wa rais wa kusema kwamba njaa ni janga la kitaifa, waweze kuanzisha tena ule muradi wa chakula mashuleni, chakula cha mchana mashuleni. Nafikiri ukifanyika mambo kama hayo itakuwa ni rahisi.
The school, which has 238 pupils with 6 teachers, is said to be among the best performing schools in Ganze sub-county, having emerged number 10 out of the more than 160 schools in the sub-county and number 6 in the zone in the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education KCPE.
Kwa hivyo kwa sababu ya huo upungufu tunatumia hiyo system ya shifting. Wale wanakuja asubuhi alafu wengine wanakuja mchana. Kuna upungufu pia wa vyoo. Hii shule ni kama ambaye haina vyoo. Choo kimoja cha wasichana kiko pale na kile cha wavulana ni lile shimo ambalo sasa linataka kufunikwa ili kiweze kuwasaidia wale wavulana.
They're now calling on well-wishers to have them build more classrooms, construct desks, water tanks and other amenities. For Lunchtime News, I'm Serafina Robbie.
And now in other news, we'll cross over to Diamond Plaza, where the grand coronation of Miss Earth Kenya 2021 is underway, dubbed Giving Back to Mother Nature. While our reporter Jacqueline Masharia is on standby and has more details. Jacqueline, bring us to speed.
Well, indeed, we are live at the Diamond Plaza, where 13 contestants are contesting for the crown of the Miss Earth Kenya 2021. And perhaps to get a clear picture of the event, we can talk to the director from Vera Beauty College. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today we are enjoying the beginning of our Miss Earth event. Miss Earth is an event which is for young people and it's an event which helps us to help the young people to understand the importance of taking care of Mother Earth. And today we are having the finals of Miss Earth, and the international finals is usually in Philippines. And today we are going to crown the winner, who will be the Miss Earth Kenya 2021, and she'll be representing Kenya in Philippines. Philippines for Miss Earth International. As you can see, Miss Earth Kenya 2020 will be handing over the crown today. You can see she's so beautiful, ready to hand over the crown today. And the event is sponsored by Equity Bank, Sasini Taranta Mtaani, and Vera, as usual, Vera Beauty, Fashion and Courage are the organizers of the event. Welcome, and we look forward to a wonderful show.
Thank you very much. Well, from us, we wish all the best to all the contestants. My name is Jacqueline Masharia. Back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline Mashari, for that detailed report where there are 13 contestants with the Miss Earth Kenya finalist who will use the platform for environment advocacy. Now, we cross over to sports news where Abna Onsomo displayed an outstanding performance to emerge the overall winner as the curtains came down on this year's edition of the KPA Golf Day at the Royal Nairobi Golf Club. Over 100 golfers took part in the competition.
The KPA Golf Day made a return with over 100 golfers taking part in this year's edition, with Abna Onsumo emerging the overall winner with 44 points. In the individual category, Jasraj Sago won the men's title, while Caroline Kandikinyi bagged the ladies' title. KPA Principal Communication Officer Haj Maseno said that they are doing all they can to ensure that they uplift the sport in the country.
And we see that wherever we go, the number of people are coming up and encouraging other young golfers to join. So we have even prizes that we're giving in the evening, and some of the prizes include young golfers. So we are encouraging that the youngest golfer will, even if they don't perform much, or even the pigamingis, those people who are starting, they'll still get a prize.
Masemo also called on other professional golfers to show up in large numbers in the next edition slated for November in Mombasa.
Sport is very good. It's an area of unemployment as well. So for the youth, you can actually get employment in sports. You know very well that football is paying very well, basketball is paying very well. So as we encourage that, and we are developing youth teams back in KPA, we are encouraging other stakeholders to join hands and encourage sports in the country.
Daniel Mwendwa, Sports.
Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says the club's failure to sign striker Harry Kane has left them at a disadvantage in front of goal compared to their rivals. The English Premier League champions will be up against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this evening as match day 6 gets underway. Meanwhile, their rivals Manchester United welcome Aston Villa to Old Trafford as they aim to redeem themselves after being knocked out of the Carabao Cup by West Ham United midweek.
Mount will miss Chelsea's clash against champions Manchester City after the England midfielder picked up a knock in Chelsea's 4-3 Carabao Cup penalty shootout win over Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday. Edward Mendy has shaken off a hip problem to start in goal, but Christian Pulisic is still sidelined with ankle trouble.
I see at the last 3 games, I see 3 50-50 matches. And I'm not only talking about the situation before the match, if it was a 50-50, but during the matches I felt like it was 50-50 matches, and could have been any outcome. Once you have 50-50 matches, little details decide. Small situations can give you the advantage.
Man City could have John Stones, Emerick Laporte and Rodri back in contention as some of Pep Guardiola's injury problems begin to subside.
We prepare the game like we prepare Southampton and before and in the previous games. Try to read what they are, what we have done in the recent games against Chelsea under Tuchel, and try to, to every game is a new challenging opportunity to improve, to learn, and to do it better.
However, Ilkay Gundogan and Alexander Zinchenko are expected to miss out again. Nathan Ake missed the midweek Carabao Cup win over Wycombe to attend his father's funeral, but is expected to return against his former club. Elsewhere, Manchester United striker Edinson Cavani is back in the squad for today's clash against Aston Villa. The 34-year-old Uruguay international has not played since the end of August because of a muscle strain, but has returned to training and is in contention for Villa's trip to Old Trafford.
He's been training and now he feels ready to contribute. Of course, he came on against Wolverhampton. Then he got a slight strain in the international break when we had a game there, and now he's ready again, and he's worked really hard and diligently as he always does, and hopefully he'll have an impact as he had last season.
Aston Villa's Leon Bailey sidelined for a number of weeks after the forward injured himself, scoring in Saturday's 3-0 win over Everton, and is out until after October's international break. Morgan Schneiderling is also unavailable, while United loanee Axel Tuanzebe cannot play against his parent club, and Trezeguet is a long-term absentee.
Well, that brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you for choosing Lunchtime News. For more news, check out our website at kbc.co.ke. My name is Jacky Wambiru. Sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. Enjoy your weekend.
Beauty College.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725 923 550 Nairobi branch, 0728 087 689 Eldoret branch, 0722 22 7428 Thika branch, 0725 000-706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
But then don't worry, you understand?
I don't trust you. I trust you.
Thank you. I needed that. Mnatoshaje kako kanyumba kenyu kadogo? Everybody needs to start minding their own business around here.
Look at who is talking.
Hey, Sugar. I thought you could use my new number since you told me hubby discovered the old one. Hello? Are you...
You're beautiful and I'm blessed to have you.
Well, then, I guess I need to go now.
We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move.
One of my children has one of the most rare conditions. It's called Turner syndrome. And we have probably 1 out of 10,000 children who have Turner syndrome. So it is just good that even the National Council gets to know and experience that this condition, we have it here in Kenya.
We've come in because disability is very expensive, to caution parents and their guardians from this expenses by providing educational support.
We're incredible, cause we're differently abled, differently.
Now, they say life is an interesting business, and it's even more interesting when we live a life for others?
Several attempts on my life have been made,
yes,
but it still has changed nothing of me. When the time comes for me to die, I'll die whichever way it comes. The thing is that you have to say the truth.
Yes.
My calling does not allow me to lie, because God does not bless lie.
Does that become a bit discouraging, and do you feel like, maybe I should do less and talk less?
Mahali popote ulipo mchana wa leo, ni fahari yangu kujumuika nawe kwenye makala haya ya dunia wiki hii yanayoletwa kwako kwa ushirikiano mkubwa wa KBC Channel 1 na shirika la Shinua. Na kama ilivyo ada, mtazamaji, kwenye makala haya nitakutembeza sehemu mbalimbali za ulimwengu tukikuletea taarifa zilizogonga vichwa vya habari. Hivi leo baadhi ya taarifa tulizokuandalia ni pamoja na mkutano wa Baraza Kuu la Umoja wa Mataifa ambao uliandaliwa huku viongozi mbalimbali wakiwasilisha taarifa zao kuhusu masuala mbalimbali. Kando na hayo, ujumbe wa maafisa wa ngazi za juu wa ECOWAS washauriana na maafisa wa kijeshi wanaotawala nchini Guinea. Kando na hayo, mtazamaji, mahakama kuu ya Rwanda yamhukumu kifungo cha miaka 25 gerezani mhusika kwenye filamu ya Hotel Rwanda. Hizo ni baadhi ya taarifa ambazo tumekuandalia hivi leo, mtazamaji. Keti papo hapo, dakika ni 30 ni kudondolia taarifa moja baada ya nyingine. Karibu sasa mtazamaji, mimi naitwa Beatrice Gatonyengetich. Tunang'oa nanga na taarifa ifuatayo, mtazamaji. Rais wa kikao cha 76 cha Baraza Kuu la Umoja wa Mataifa Abdullah Shahid alitoa wito wa ufadhili na rasilimali zaidi kusaidia nchi zinazostawi kuwafikia malengo ya maendeleo endelevu kufikia mwisho wa mwongo huu.
Shahidi aliyasema hayo wakati wa kikao cha maafisa wa ngazi za juu kuhusu hatua za kimataifa za kuafikia ajenda ya mwaka 2030. Alisema kuwa licha ya janga la COVID-19, jamii ya kimataifa inafaa kuhakikisha kwamba nchi ambazo hazijastawi na zile zisizo na bandari zina rasilimali na uwezo wa kutosha kuzisaidia katika juhudi za kujiimarisha tena baada ya janga hilo na kuafikia malengo ya maendeleo endelevu. Alikariri malengo yake matano makuu yakiwemo usawa katika usambazaji chanjo dhidi ya COVID-19, kujiimarisha tena baada ya janga hilo, hatua za kushughulikia mabadiliko ya hali ya anga, haki za kibinadamu na kuimarisha umoja wa kimataifa. Naye Rais Xi Jinping wa China alipendekeza mpango wa maendeleo duniani, akitoa wito wa kuimarisha imani na kushughulikia kwa pamoja vitisho na changamoto duniani ili kujenga ulimwengu bora zaidi kwa wote. Xi aliyasema hayo kwa njia ya video wakati wa mjadala mkuu wa kikao cha 76 cha Baraza Kuu la Umoja wa Mataifa. Na kwenye hotuba yake ya kwanza katika kikao cha Baraza Kuu la Umoja wa Mataifa, Rais Joe Biden alisema kuwa nchi hiyo inaanzisha sura mpya katika diplomasia baada ya kukomesha vita vilivyodumu kwa miongo miwili nchini Afghanistan.
US military power must be our tool of last resort. Not our first.
Jeshi la Marekani liliondoka nchini Afghanistan mwishoni mwa mwezi uliopita kufuatia agizo la Biden na hivyo kukomesha vita vilivyodumu kwa muda mrefu zaidi katika historia ya Marekani. Biden atashauriana na Iran katika juhudi za kurejelea mkataba wa kinuklia wa Iran na pia kukomesha uundaji wa zana za kinuklia katika eneo la Korea. Vilevile alikariri kujitolea kwa Marekani kwa suluhu ya kubuniwa kwa mataifa mawili kwenye mzozo baina ya Israel na wa Palestina.
To Ethiopia, to Yemen and beyond, a thwarted peace.
Naye katibu mkuu wa Umoja wa Mataifa Antonio Guterres alihimiza jamii ya kimataifa isuluhishe changamoto kuu duniani huku janga la COVID-19 likiendelea kusababisha maafa na athari mbaya duniani. Nikiripotia dunia wiki hii, jina langu ni Sarafina Robi.
Katibu mkuu wa Umoja wa Mataifa Antonio Guterres alizihimiza nchi tajiri ziwasilishe dola bilioni 100 zilizoahidi kutoka mwaka huu ili kufadhili juhudi za kukabiliana na mabadiliko ya hali ya anga katika nchi zinazostawi.
Aliwaarifu wanahabari kwenye makao makuu ya Umoja wa Mataifa jijini New York baada ya kufunga mkutano wa viongozi kuhusu mabadiliko ya hali ya anga kwamba jamii ya kimataifa inafaa kuwasilisha pesa hizo kabla ya kongamano la Umoja wa Mataifa kuhusu mabadiliko ya hali ya anga litakaloandaliwa kuanzia tarehe 31 mwezi ujao hadi tarehe 12 mwezi Novemba huko Glasgow, Uingereza. Na kuhusu hali iliyoko ya mabadiliko ya hali ya anga, Guterres alisema kuwa ili kudhibiti ongezeko la viwango vya joto hadi nyuzi 1.5 ni sharti kiwango cha utoaji gesi ya carbon kipunguzwe kwa 45% kufikia mwaka 2030 ili kukomesha utoaji wa gesi hiyo kikamilifu kufikia katikati ya karne hii. Aliyesema hayo kwenye ujumbe kwa njia ya video wakati wa uzinduzi wa ripoti ya mwaka huu kuhusu hali ya anga.
Tuelekee nchini Rwanda ambapo kitengo maalum cha kushughulikia uhalifu wa kimataifa cha mahakama kuu ya Rwanda iliyo jiji kuu Kigali ilimhukumu Paul Rusesabagina aliyesawiriwa kuwa mwanaharakati wa masuala ya kibinadamu kwenye filamu ya Hotel Rwanda kifungo cha miaka 25 gerezani baada ya kumpata na hatia kwenye mashtaka yanayohusiana na ugaidi.
Rusesabagina mwenye umri wa miaka 67 ambaye hakuwepo mahakamani wakati wa uamuzi wa mwisho alipatikana na hatia ya kuwa sehemu ya kundi lililotekeleza mashambulizi nchini Rwanda na kusababisha vifo vya raia huku wengine wakijeruhiwa na pia kupora mali. Jaji Antoine Muhima akitoa uamuzi huo alisema kuwa Rusesabagina hana hatia ya kuanzisha kundi haramu linalojihami. Kesi dhidi ya Rusesabagina pamoja na washtakiwa wengine 20 akiwemo kamanda na msemaji wa kundi la National Liberation Front FLN Kaliste Nsabimana imekuwa ikiendelea kwenye kitengo maalum cha kushughulikia uhalifu wa kimataifa cha mahakama kuu ya Rwanda tangu mwezi Februari mwaka huu. Mahakama hiyo pia ilihukumu Nsabimana kifungo cha miaka 20 gerezani kutokana na jukumu lake katika kutekeleza mashambulizi nchini Rwanda na kukanusha mauaji ya halaiki ya mwaka 1994 dhidi ya Watusi miongoni mwa uhalifu mwingine. Mahakama hiyo ilisema kuwa Rusesabagina alihusika kwenye mashambulizi kadhaa dhidi ya raia wa Rwanda kwenye wilaya ya Nyaruguru na Nyamagabe kusini magharibi ya nchi hiyo baina ya mwaka 2018 na